We're back. Another episode, another commandment coming through. Welcome back to Stay Sunder. This is commandment, what's 10 or 11? The book of Kinzo. My new commandment is belief comes before ability. The mind is its own place and in itself can either make it heaven of hell or the hell of heaven. And that's like a quote from John Milton. This is my new list of commandments. I'm calling this the commandments, by the way, from now on. I'm calling it the book of Kinzo from now on, man. I'm documenting it for future purposes. The simple truth that no one likes to admit because it's so fucking annoying, that the journey can be so annoying, is that everyone wants to be good before they start something. Everybody wants to be confident before taking the first step. They want mastery without having to endure like the embarrassing phase of looking stupid. But nothing in life works that way. You don't get the ability first. You get belief, you get the vision, you get an idea. Even if it's shaky, even if it's small, even if it's just enough belief to say, okay, maybe I won't fail today. The belief is the first step. The idea is the first step. And philosophers call this the primacy of conception. The idea that every action begins as a story you can tell yourself before reality catches up. You act from identity and not skill. And that's important because you tell yourself a story like you're a character in a movie. And the story you tell yourself is what you're trying to create and trying to live through. And that's the important thing about creating your own narrative for your own life and not living according to another person's script. There's a concept behind this in cognitive science, and it's self-efficacy precedes competence. You become good because you believe you can become good, not the other way around. The gym guy wasn't strong before he started lifting. The calm friend wasn't born zen. The person with the entrepreneurial mindsets and business mindsets wasn't confident before their first risk or before their first venture. The belief is the seed. The ability is the fruit. It all starts out with a mustard seed. I love that Jay-Z line, by the way. Now we're in the black 911 with the mustard seeds. Hey. But yeah, the ability is the fruit. And that only comes after you have the belief. When you skip the belief stage, you stay stuck in the endless loop of I'm not ready. And that forms like a source of procrastination in itself, that things have to be perfect before you move. And life is never fucking perfect. Like, you can wait for the perfect moments, and that just would never arrive. And then you look up and it's like, oh, I was 20 years of my life going, fuck, like, I haven't done anything, man. Like, as I'm laughing, but that's a nightmare. Like, that's a scary, scary thoughts, man. Like, you kind of have to learn how to move or live life when things aren't perfect. It's like, that's the exact time to move. That's the exact time to push forward. That's the exact time to force your story on the world and to accept it and push it and help you create what you see. But the problem is that period is so uncertain and so uncomfortable. You're living in that gap between the place where you can clearly see the vision and the vision is clear, but the skills aren't matching up to what you see. And that's frustrating. It's so frustrating. I felt the same frustration even with creating this podcast sometimes, and I'm like, I see where I want this to be, and it's just not there at all. And a part of me, Loki, wants to quit, and it's like, nah, like, it's an important outlet to have. 1, 2. I have no fucking idea what this will be, if this will still be here in a year's time, 2 years' time. But like, if I enjoy doing it, then like, why stop that for myself when I know I clearly enjoy it? And I also don't know how this is going to turn out. Like, I have no clue what this is going to be. I have a vision in mind. I'm trying to like create that vision, but I have no real clue as to what this is going to be, if it's going to be anything at all. And that gap is so humbling, it's so boring, it's so draining. It's so exhausting having to deal with the gap between your vision and reality and living in between and trying to make it become something. Because it makes you question yourself every day. You question yourself, you question your ability, you question whether it's going to be real, you doubt yourself. And you're dealing with that internal war and conflict of to give up or to keep on going. But only a few can keep on going when things don't look the way they're supposed to look. And the few who can keep on going even when it's hell are the few that get the biggest rewards in the game. Like, that's just how it works. And that point is usually where most people quit. That's when the 90% say, I'm done. Let me just go settle. I already know how that script ends. It's like in the Matrix with Neo, and it's like, and she's telling Neo, hey, listen, you can leave this car right now, but you already know where your life is going to end if you leave this car, sir. But you don't know what happens if you stay, and you meet whatever that guy's name was, and you have to decide between the blue pill and the red pill. You have no clue what's going to happen next. The problem is, this part doesn't look like progress from the outside. You look crazy from the outside. You feel crazy internally as well. But the thing you don't realize about the internal side of it is you don't see just how much strength you're building or how much your identity is being formed in these moments. These are the moments that make you who you really are. These are the moments that make you stand out. These are the moments that make you the person you want to be. And the process never looks like what you thought it was going to be. The process is so up and down in real time. It's so up and down. It's like the stock market with like something like Bitcoin, for example. Like if you go into like a day or a week and you just see all the volatility of the markets, and then you zoom out to like 5 years and just like, oh, this is an upward trajectory. Actually, that's the exact same feelings, the exact same way it works. And this is where you quietly become the person who can handle that later success, the pressure that comes with as well. Like, I think a lot of times we just think about the success and the flashy parts of it and how it would make us feel, but we don't realize that lots of pressure also comes from being the one that has to feed so many mouths and has to be the steady person. Like, if you don't have the character to handle that, then you end up like every other person who reached a great amount of success but couldn't handle this. And we all know how those stories turned out, the Amy Winehouse and the others. Like, I understand it, like the pressures, the loss, and what you have to deal with. Like, it sounds good, but in reality, it's like, it's heavy. And if you're not strong enough to carry the weight, it's going to crush you. Which is why this process is important of becoming the person that can handle the success you want, the success that you're working for. The process is so important. It's also really important for you to believe in yourself when no one else does. This is not an ego conversation. This is not one of arrogance. This is one of a true belief in yourself. It's about your origin story. What do you tell yourself? What do you truly believe about yourself? Every rapper, athlete, CEO, artist, they all have those long moments when it was just quiet. No one believed, no one clapped, no one cared, no one gave a shit. So like, nobody posted them, nobody rated them, they were laughed at. But they still moved like the future was written. And to be honest, like, all our stories are already written, right? So like, why not live life with that confidence? Like, if you knew for sure that you were not gonna die this year, like, and you jumped out of a plane, like it's one of those things. Like, go jump out of the plane, nothing's gonna happen to you anyway. Like, our stories have been written, they've been set. We either have the courage, the balls to do it or not. That's all it comes down to. Who's brave enough? Who can stand in the fire for the longest time? We all start off on, if I give you $1 billion to stand in this fire for 10 minutes, I mean, bad guys to say, yeah, of course, easy. Most people they'll leave their fire after the first minutes. It's all about who's standing in 9 minutes and 30 seconds into the whole thing. Who is still remaining in this journey? That's the real competition. Those are the real people you're looking at. So that's the people with the true belief, the people with the real strength to withstand the fire. That's the hardest part of this whole thing. withstanding the fire, especially when no one is watching you, no one cares, no one is clapping for you, and people are hoping you fail. Not because it's personal, but because they don't want to accept that they gave up too easy. That's the real test of character. Belief is never loud. It's not motivational. It's not a quick fix video. It's no fireworks. It doesn't look good. It doesn't sound pretty. It's a calm, stubborn decision that no matter what fucking happens next, I'm just not going to stop. I can rest, I can take a break, but I'm never going to stop. This is personal. Like, this journey is personal. This is a self journey. This means something to me, to make sure I die with no potential left in me, to actualize everything you have within yourself and keep on growing and developing, and then pass on the secrets to the next generation to be even better than you were. This is personal. Like, this is not for material shit. This is all about finding out what's in me. That kind of mission or purpose can't be broken. It's only strengthened and forged by the fire. And that's what you have to reach into yourself, hold on to when it gets hard, and keep going. That's the true devotion. That's why I love my episode on devotion, by the way. Like, check that out if you haven't listened to that, by the way. But that's why I love the episode on devotion. It's like, who's going to keep going when it's hard? Who's going to keep going when it's really, really tough? Who's going to keep going when there's no reason for you to keep on going? That's what truly counts. That's what really makes you who you are. That's what the people who are the greats of the world, the Alexanders, the Mansa Musa, you can throw in Barack there if you want, the Jay-Z's, all these guys. Is like, you keep on going when there's no other option, and you find a way. You find a way through the deserts. You find a way through the wilderness. You find a way when everyone told you there's no way to go. Those are the moments that make you who you are. Those are the moments that strengthen your belief in yourself. That's the confidence you build that can never be shaken by anything or by anyone. It's impossible. Once you make your way when everyone else told you there was no way here the first time, like, there's no going back. Now you know. Now you fucking know. Like, you know what you're capable of. You know what you can do. They gave me a fork in the road and I went straight. They gave me two options and I created a whole new pathway. That's a crazy sense of belief in yourself to do that, to create your own path when there's no path ahead of you. You can't let someone else give you a script of how you should live your life and then follow it and think you're going to be extraordinary that way. It doesn't work that way at all. You create yours. That's what makes you extraordinary. But increasing your path means you're going to look crazy, you're going to look stupid, and you're going to be doubted a lot. But if it works, that was a terrible whistle. I was trying to be dramatic there. That absolutely fucking sucked. I would never do that again. I apologize for me trying to whistle there. That was absolutely crazy. But if it works, the rewards are just ridiculous. I'm not even the material things again. I'm talking about internally, like, how don't you feel like a god if it works? You're supposed to leap first, and then the faith will follow. You don't act reckless. You don't act stupid. You don't move without a plan. You take calculated risks. But what that truly means, to leap first and then the faith will follow, is that certainty is impossible, but commitment is never impossible. You have to be devoted to your journey. You have to be devoted to decisions that you make and stick by it until you bend reality to your will. You commit first, then competence forms around the commitment, then your identity stabilizes around the competence. then people finally see what you saw in yourself months or years ago. It's like the Kanye documentary, and it's like people turning him down, but he just knew, like, I had the classic on my hands. Like, he had the classic before they signed him. He had the classic before it came out. Like, but no one recognized that classic except for him and a few other people. But once it was his time, once it was time to go, he kept on going. He forced his moments, by the way. Things that aligned for him, of course, but he forced his moment through. And once it was his moments, the music didn't change. Like, he added things here and there, but the music, the most part of that music did not change. But it was his fucking time. And he took the opportunity and ran with this. And it took years and years of compromises, of struggles, with the main vision in mind to get to that point. And that's the same level of devotion that everyone must have, that I must have on this journey as well. The first time you walk into a gym and you have no fucking idea what you're doing, you feel stupid. It's the same thing as the first time you started doing something creative. It felt cringe, it felt forced, it felt weird. You weren't talented, you just believed the embarrassment was worth you staying. Even for an example, like when we're all learning how to ride a bike, except for me, like when we're all learning how to ride a bike, you don't fall because you lack the ability to ride a bike. You fall because the belief wasn't stable yet. Once the belief was solidified, the skill clicked almost immediately and became natural. The belief pulls ability out of hiding. But without the belief, then you can never ever get that ability. So, like I said, this is the Book of Kinzer, Commandments 10. Believe first, move first, try first. Skill grows around the person who refuses to stop showing up. If you wait to feel ready, you're going to wait forever. And the only people who feel comfortable waiting forever are the bums. Make up your mind of what you want to be and give it your life. There are lots of bums around you. Be very careful. They're treacherous and they're hateful. As it stays on and this is the Holy Grail. Thank you.